The prince who married the enchanting mermaid. Glossies love the fairy tale of Prince Albert, Princess Charlene of Monaco, and their twins. But it's been the difference in other people's lives that matters most to these royals. And that's what brought our princess home.
Water defines the Mediterranean Principality of Monaco and its ruling monarch Albert II as much as it does the life of the woman he married, former Olympic swimmer Charlene Wittstock. They met through competitive swimming, so water safety is a natural arena for this royal to focus on.
Your Serene Highness Princess Charlene, so lovely to have you back home in South Africa, and thank you very, very much for being part of Top Billing today.
Thank you. It's so wonderful to be back home.
Do you smell the soil and the high-felt sunsets that you see here? What is it like for you when you actually come back home?
No, it's great to come back home to hear the how's it and and people asking me, how do I address you? It's so nice. I really enjoy coming back to South Africa. It's a wonderful country. The people are so resilient, and I'm just happy to be home and to see my friends and my family.
Which projects are you focusing on during your trip here in South Africa?
Well, there's going to be a horse racing meet, and this horse racing meet is to raise funds, and the proceeds will go to the Highveld Horse Care Unit and the Red Cross, and also to a little school that I'm very passionate about, Skugulezwe, and I hope that the values that I've installed there will be taken and implemented countrywide.
Your foundation started back in 2012, so it's been running for 5 years already. What motivated you to start the foundation?
Well, initially we started the foundation to try and educate children through sport. But there were a series of events that happened during the years after I got married, and a few friends of mine had lost their children and grandchildren, relatives to drowning. And I thought, you know, this is a problem, and this became my focus, is to focus on educating communities on water safety and learn to swim programs.
Did you ever then dream of following in your mom's footsteps of teaching others to swim?
My mom is my inspiration. She taught myself, my two brothers to swim. She taught hundreds of children to swim. So I guess it's just something that I hold close to my heart, and I hope I make her proud.
It's very clear that you're hands-on when it comes to teaching children to swim within your programs. How do the children react to you and to meeting a real-life, modern-day princess?
Well, for me, it's very natural, because I've always been around children, and I've taught children while I was swimming, while I was training for the Olympic Games and so forth. But now that I have become the princess, I get asked a lot of questions from children. They'll say to me, so where's your tiara? And why are you not wearing a dress? And is your palace pointy? So sometimes it's like I have to answer those questions to kids first before I tell them, okay, let's get in the water and learn something.
Growing up, did you ever dream of firstly being a princess?
Actually, I avoided princess parties, and it was hard to keep me in a dress. My hero was Zorro, so I wanted to be him. So, no.
As a South African swimming champion at 18, the princess has lived much of her life in water. But another of her charities deals with safety, wherever a child may be.
Why is it so important for you, Princess Charlene, to teach children first aid?
I think everyone should learn first aid. And I think the earlier the better. It doesn't take very long. And once that's been installed, someone has the ability to not only save their own lives, but to save someone else's life. So it empowers children and empowers people.
Since the royal twins, Prince Jacques and Princess Gabriella, were born, they've been taught French, English, Afrikaans, Zulu and swimming.
The birth of your twins in December 2014, do you think that that's almost given your commitment to the foundation a different feel? Because as a mom, you're even more passionate now about helping children who might not have as loving a mother.
Well, that was the first thing that I wanted to do with my children, was to drown-proof them. And through a friend in South Africa, I had Lizette Boerter, who runs a swimming school, and she specializes in teaching babies. And I said, Lizette, you have to come over, because I need my children to swim. That's the first thing I wanted, because I wanted my children to feel safe around any aquatic environment and to be comfortable with the water.
How did motherhood change you as a person and your life?
Well, it has become more of a responsibility to me to protect my children, and I'm very sensitive to their needs, and to educate them and to nurture them and to give them and to share with them a beautiful life.
You have so many commitments and so much work that you do across the globe as Princess, but how do you manage to balance the work and the family life?
Well, I have a very good team around me, and I am privileged, and I am in a position that I can reach many people now. But I'm very passionate about, my children, I have many children. I think there are a lot of children around the world that I say would be my children too. So it is just equally as important to me to be with my children as to reach as many children, to help them, to educate them, and to make a difference for them and to save their lives. That's important to me.
Raised in Zimbabwe until the age of 11 and then South Africa, this is a princess who has a heart for all of Africa.
The Riviera Water Bike Challenge it's quite a novel idea, but the money that is being raised is being used for an aquatic rescue centre in Burkina Faso. Please tell me about that project.
I was approached last year about a potential project in Burkina Faso, that they wanted to build an aquatic rescue centre. And I thought this would be a good idea, since there are 17 million people in Burkina Faso and they haven't had a swimming pool. So I said, okay, we're going to do this. We're going to try and build a swimming pool and a centre around that. And so we used the Water Bike Challenge fundraiser, and we were successful enough to raise the funds to build this facility. And that'll be open sometime this year.
What are your long-term goals for your foundation?
Well, obviously to expand in Africa. That would be my goal for the next couple of years, and then hopefully globally.
It's lovely to see all the different projects across the continent, and as you say, you're not just a princess then for Monaco and for Africa, but for the world. So it's lovely to see all the work that you're doing, and thank you very, very much for your support of the children.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
That night, Princess Charlene's foundation hosted a party, bringing together an A-team of sports heroes, business people, and above all, parents, to spread the word.
Suzette van der Merwe, you are pretty much South African royalty too. It's so lovely to see you here, and you're looking exquisite. Tell me, what do you think about Princess Charlene coming back to South Africa and doing so much with charities here?
It's incredible. You know what? We need good news in this country. We need people to be proudly South African. So I'm very privileged to be here tonight and to bask in that sunlight, you know what? And that's what she brings, that little bit of sparkle and glamour and royalty, which we need in South Africa. So well done, Princess Charlene.
What is your wish for the foundation in our South Africa?
I think Princess Charlene is doing an absolutely great project. And what is important is she's focusing on KZN. And I'm from Durban, KZN. And I'm definitely going to be supporting the foundation, because on a weekly basis in KZN we hear about kids drowning. And I think together we are going to save lives.
You know, I guess when mom and dad says that CPR is important, they don't really take it that seriously. But when somebody like a princess says that, and water safety and education through sport, it is magnificent. And we're so proud of her. You know, every country wants a princess, and we have our own in Monaco.
What would you like to wish the Princess Charlene of Monaco Foundation for its future?
You know, it's important. We have a 1-year-old, and we are delighted that what we've been thinking is happening for children to be taught how to swim.
The evening highlighted that drowning is the second leading cause of accidental loss of life in our country, and everyone can help change that.
Charlene, as a mother, you could probably identify with everything that was said tonight about the work. Your son is now 3 months old. Are you planning on drown-proofing him?
Definitely. And if there's anything that a mother can do to save her child, to keep her child healthy and alive, I think she would definitely do it.
Now, Rick Neetling knows the Princess Charlene of Monaco for over 20 years, so he definitely has the foundation's work close to his heart. But another reason the foundation is close to your heart is because as a 5-year-old, you nearly drowned, and that's how your passion for swimming started.
Absolutely. This is very close to my heart. Almost drowned. That's how my swimming career started, and that's also when I created my own swim schools. That's what I wanted to prevent. So it's a huge honor for me to join her foundation and just to spread the word and to get as many people, water safe.
One person, one family, and one community at a time. This problem can be beaten. That's the message we're asked to share. So each one, teach one, and let's get it done.
Being their Royal Highnesses is as much a job as an inherited title. And if we elected royalty to office, Princess Charlene would still get my vote.